Hello Tekkit engineers, I am just going to showcase this first gigantic build I just made on my new Tekkit server. First we have another pump. I'm not going to be showing you that as it's a little bit of a distance through that portal. I'll be showing you the engine that is running off of it. I have a dimensional anchor in the nether that is funneling lava into the magmatic engines I'm using for that. I'm going to be showing you the redstone energy cell bay I have. It's a reservoir for my energy, hot swappable. The second floor, I'm going to be showing you the water filtering system for my refinery, which is also a renewable source of energy with steam engines. It gives me a really good use for all the coal I find. I usually don't have any use for my coal. I finally found a use for it. And on the final floor, on the roof, there is a refinery. It is partially automized with water filtration. So any pesky water you get in any of those ocean geysers, you can filter it out with a little bit of ease. It's not that complicated. I could probably make a fully automated version, but I do not have the resources at the moment for that. So let's go in and go to the bottom floor here. I'm using OBS to record this, open broadcast software. So this isn't being streamed, I'm just testing. I just want to see what it can do on just on a non-SSD. Alright, so first off we got here, I believe this is 28 magmatic engines. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's one over here, so that's 1. Yes, it is. It is 28. 28 magmatic engines all running. They're filtering into these redstone energy cells. These all have 100 Minecraft joules or megajoules, whatever you want to call them, and 20 out. 20 out for every single one is approximately how much they all generate, so it is pretty much taking in exactly how much it's putting out. So these ones are always at 0 approximately. And if they do fill up, then we can hot swap the next thing I'm going to show you. I've been encasing all of my wiring and tubing and all that stuff in glass panes. I think it looks a little bit nicer than all that junky wiring everywhere. And it also allows me to make things a lot more compact than normally would be, which you will be seeing soon. This isn't very compact right here. I mean, it is pretty compact. I mean, this engine isn't done yet, but it is pretty compact here, but not as compact as I would prefer. Alright, so moving on, we got the this energy tesseract. It runs actually to my oil rig, and that powers my oil rig. And then for that, the energy goes down here through this little tunnel. It goes underneath the road I made. Just keeps going over here. Let's move over here real quick, and it comes out over here. So we got a huge network of redstone energy cells. These are just reservoirs. They fill up pretty quick. I actually need to build some new ones. I have some room for some more here, and I plan to expand it all the way out. This whole floor will be a gigantic reservoir for energy. Moving on, this power then moved up into this room right here, which we'll be going and checking that out now. Alright, so the power comes up here. Right here, this is the west wing for steam engines. The water comes through these liquid ducts here when I filter it out of the oil, and supplies pretty much every single one of these is full of coal, and it just generates a ton of MJT. An absolute shitload. Like, you will never run out of energy with this setup. Alright, so the power runs up here, runs over here, and it connects to these redstone energy cells. Alright, so we have three energy cells. We got 2 repeaters, and we have 1 storage down there. And each repeater has at least 6 RECs in them. Alright, so the power comes into here from there, and then it actually goes up to the refinery. I have the energetic infuser from my power armor here because it uses a lot of power, and each one of these will put out 100 MJT. And these you can only power armor at a maximum of 500 MJT. So this is 100 MJT more than you would need. So it also will power this when it's going, and the refineries upstairs with no problem. All right. So as I've been going on. The water system here. Okay, so first thing I want to say is we have this guy up here. There's a tank right here. It's kind of like a midway tank, and we got a liquid duct there, and it's powered by redstone. And all you need to do is take your wrench and hit it, and it will go from extract to idle. When it's an idle, you don't want it idle right now, because if it's idle right now, the oil is going to dump into that tank, and then you'll have a little bit of a problem getting it out. Because you'll have to hit that again, make it extract, and then have to wait on all this other oil up here to get it out. So usually you keep this on extract until these pipes are filled with water. Over here, moving back a bit, usually this pump is on like this, but usually not. See, I just put some oil in there. So usually this is set to on. So I'm just gonna actually drain this real quick. See, it's gonna drain real quick. Let's see now that this guy right here is filling up. It's gonna be pulling out of there too. So okay, we drained it. All right. So usually that was what's on, and it's pulling water out of this tank. But I have it closed right now because there's nothing in this tank. So I'm just gonna go upstairs and explain a little bit more about this system. Take a left here. This is my workbench in here. There's my liquid transposers and stuff, and enchanting table if I ever decide to, for some whatever fucking reason, use regular armor. Sometimes I do, but not very often. Alright, so you just see this gigantic mess. It's actually rather compact. Compact with leaving enough room to kind of walk around. Just gonna go over here real quick, and right here, this guy, this little pipe right here, this lets the water into that tank I showed you before. So when the pump hits water at the oil geyser, all this will eventually turn blue after the oil drains into these tanks. And then once it's all blue, you just hit this. I'm not going to hit it right now. You just hit that from extract to idle, and all the water will go into the tank below. Then you hit the other liquid duct down there, and the water will come out of the tank into all the pipes, feeding all the steam engines, which are full of coal, with water, and those steam engines will start running, and they'll generate enormous amounts of MJ. And when you're all out of water again, you just close this up, and then you drain the tank down there. You drain the pipes if there's any water left, or if there's oil in them, you drain them, and they'll all filter through that one proxy tank I showed you down there, and they'll be back into the system up here. So it's not fully automized, but it's extremely manageable, very easy, user-friendly. Alright, so I'm going to explain this gigantic mess. You see I made some flavor here. I didn't need to do this, I just thought it looked nice. Just to make it a little scaffolding, rig it up. I got this over here. Kind of looks nice. I got it on the other side as well. Actually looks a lot nicer on this side because it actually makes a lot more sense. Physically it makes sense because, you know, if this wasn't here, all this would come crashing down. So that kind of helps. You can see I have a lot of tanks, and they're all filling up with fuel. And these ones are empty back here. These ones are the last in line, basically. It's they fill up from left to right, and these ones in the front always fill up first. Okay, so let's we're gonna start this thing. I guess I'll start with the tesseract. Okay, though, so this is the tesseract. It's it as well as the other tesseract down there, the energy one. This is a liquid one. It links up to whatever oil rig I have running at the time, and it starts feeding through. We have two feeders. This one comes down here. This one is actually the this one goes over here and fills up these tanks, the back ones, and it also has the water filter. They're also linked, so whichever one, it doesn't really matter. The water will always get drained. These ones do the front. So these ones are filling the front. Those ones are filling the back. They're all nice and encased. It's perfectly manageable. And then we have the extraction. So I got a bunch. I could probably clean that up a bit with some wiring, but I did this rather quickly. Those are all linked up to the liquid ducts, which are all extracting. These ones as well. There's the redstone torches down there. So this one's extracting, going on to the refineries. That's extracting, going down to the refineries. And we have 3 refineries running. All nice and encased, all nice and clean. It's pretty much perfectly set up. And those all filter into the back tanks. These back tanks are the first to get filled up. Back ones and these front ones on the right. So these ones will fill up eventually, but they'll actually be last to fill up because these tanks up here get filled up afterwards because these liquid ducts are actually extracting. Why these are extracting is because they send fuel to my rocket ship. I'll explain that in a moment. This is all linked up quite nicely, actually. I really like it. So the back tanks fill up first, then this tank, and then these tanks in the middle fill up. But it's actually backwards because of the extraction of these liquid ducts right here. They extract and then they fill up over there. So yeah, so I've pretty much explained everything, I think. There's my my NASA workbench. Alright, cool. You can see there is a lot of tanks there. I will with this setup, you will never run out of fuel, ever. You will never run out of fuel. Alright, so let's go down here. It's all nicely set up. It's clean. Looks really nice. Let's go over here. Okay, this is the NASA pad. This is the rocket pad. Here's the fuel. Oh, I'm going the wrong thing. Here's the fuel loader. Loading it. It's pretty much always full. Like you always have a full rocket engine with this setup. This is the hot swappable red energy cell that I use to power the fuel loader. The fuel loader comes in here. The fuel comes into the fuel loader. It goes into the rocket engine. And that's pretty much it. And you can just wrench this out, swap it with a clean one when you run out of energy. Because you know, you don't have enough energy with this. You always have enough energy. Right, and you know, it's all nice and set up. Looks nice. Looks like it would physically work. I have a problem with builds that just don't look, you know, they don't obey the laws of physics, like floating tree heads and stuff. That bugs me. All right, so. Alright, nothing else to go over really. This is the first major build I've done on this server, and I hope you like it. Thank you.